What's up, Walla Monkeys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk today about getting business credit funding with bad personal credit. Now, out of the gates, we gotta lay out some context here. First off, understand that banks, all they really care about at the end of the day is that you can pay your loan, you can pay off your debt, right? And you can pay on time. So if I've demonstrated that on the personal side, that's gonna go a long way on the business side. Also to understand on the business side, when we're talking about getting loans at the very beginning, right? And credit products in the very beginning of opening up our business, is they're gonna rely way more on the personal credit side. Like, I don't care what anyone says. I know that the popular mantra is to get an 80 paydex and then like all of a sudden everyone's gonna, give you unlimited credit funding. Well, no, it doesn't really work like that. Especially if you have no track record on the business side. They're just pulling and looking at 100% on the personal side. So if I've got a bad personal credit score, like 600, and I've got stated income of like $30,000 a year, there's not a whole lot you can do on the business side. But speaking on the business side, there's only a few different ways that I know to actually get business funding with a bad personal credit score. And so, that's what I want to share with you. The first way is that we got to understand that on the business side, we work off of something called projected income. On the personal side, we work off of stated income. In the same way that we work off of stated income over here, on the business side, we work off of projected income. So that gives us a way in to two paths. I can go into a sole proprietorship as the entity type, or I can go into an LLC, single member, multi-member, whatever. The only difference is that on a sole proprietor, I can actually just use my social security number, and I can use my personal address and my personal income on that application. And on the business side, I've got an EIN, I've actually filed with the state, I've paid to open up or start the business, and I'm working off of that. But I also can work off of projected income here, and I can work off of projected income over here. So projected income, what is that? It's basically, what are you expecting to make over the next 12 months? You're a brand new business, the LLC, a couple weeks old, so they're not expecting you to already go and be making, $10,000, $20,000 a month, but they do wanna know what you're gonna be projected to make. On that application, a lot of people, this is where they get stuck, or they put something ridiculous like $0. If you put $0 that the business is making $0, you will not get approved for a single application out there. Remember, it's just like stated income. If you put stated income as 0 on a personal credit card application, you would not get that card, right? You'd get instantaneously denied. So stated income is very big on the personal side. Projected income is big on the business side. And like I said, we can use projected income to get sole proprietor credit, and we can use it to get LLC credit. So that's like the first big thing that I want to talk about, is that you got to have a higher projected income, right? And so you can Google search whatever business type that you're looking to get into. Here's a fresh one off the top of my head, like trucking, for example, I think is 100 to 150K for projected income. We actually have somebody in the community who just did that. Brand new LLC, trucking company, projected income of 150,000, got a $32,000 Chase, I think it was Chase Sapphire Preferred, just recently, okay, which is absolutely insane. So they will give out the bag if we structure things right and it looks proper. Now, understand that he had a good personal credit, I think it was over 700, good stated income on the personal side. So don't expect much, like I said, if you've got a 580, 30K stated income on the personal side and you're trying to come over here and get business credit. It just doesn't really work like that. In that situation, you're gonna have to build that out, credibility with the business before you even look to get anything like that, or you gotta raise your personal credit scores. That's the first point. And the second point is you gotta have stated income. And stated income, the reason why that helps is because, again, we're talking about a brand new business. And what does a bank ultimately just care about at the end of the day? They just wanna make sure that you're gonna be able to pay the bills, that you're gonna be able to make the minimum payment or service the debt, right? That's all they care about. We have to make sure that we're doing that. So again, if you're in that 30 to 60K stated income range, you're gonna have a harder time. But if you're 100,000, 200,000 stated income and you got a 600 credit score, you're gonna get a good size approvals because I have a higher stated income. It is possible to be making a lot of money and have a crappy personal credit score. This is 100% possible. I've actually seen this quite a bit. Maybe they don't know, maybe they don't care, they haven't thought it was important, they have no time, or a million other things. But I've literally seen somebody with derogatories making over $200,000 a year go out and get $20,000, $30,000 trade lines. Okay, so it is possible. But again, like, look at all the variables here. This is what I'm trying to show you, is like the bigger picture to all this. There is a formula for how the banks look at this. And I'll tell you, in the beginning, especially with a brand new business, they're gonna mostly be looking at your personal stuff. That's all that's gonna matter. So we work off of, if we've got a higher stated income, that helps. And again, a good projected income, that's gonna help us get a good size approval. Now you might be thinking like, what banks would allow, zero documentation, brand new business, startup credit cards? There can't be that many, right? Wrong, there's actually quite a bit. The biggest banks in the world actually allow this. Crazy, I know, but Bank of America is one that allows this. I've gotten 3 or 4 credit cards off of LLCs, sole props, et cetera. I mean, these are all brand new. No tax returns, no taxes have happened. Now, granted, I think my lowest limit was $3,000 on a card, but the point remains is that you can get business funding, and that's not going to report to the personal side. We are starting to establish our business credit and our business entity out there, right? So Bank of America is a huge one. Truist is another great one in the community. Doesn't need any minimum requirements for time in business. It can be a brand new LLC. We've sent people in there to get $20,000 all the way on up to $70,000. So Truist is another great option. I would suggest to go in, especially on the business side, and you can walk out of there with 3-4 cards / lines of credit all in one day. I think they'll do up to $50,000 still on the business side without documentation. We've got American Express is another great option. American Express makes it really easy during the application process to actually select sole proprietor, LLC, put in your projected income or your income on the business side as well as on the personal side. Chase the same way. So American Express, Chase are two others. US Bank is another one. I think PNC still allows this as well, possibly Regions. So you've got a large list of mainstream banks that you can go to right now as a brand new entity and start to secure the best, highest tier credit product we can get, which is a business credit card. Understand that in terms of like how this is like coded into your credit report, it looks way better to have a business credit card than a net 30 vendor account. A net 30 vendor account is going to show up as a net 30 vendor account on the business credit profile. I hate to tell you. We can do that all day long. And yes, that might lead us to an 80 Paydex score, but that doesn't mean that banks are going to lend to us. Because at the end of the day, it's a business with like 3 or 4 vendor accounts, no business history at all, and it's brand new. Why would they? So it'll fall back onto the system that I just outlined, the foundation or formula, have you, that I just outlined. I get asked that question a lot. I got bad personal credit. How do I get business credit? Well, there you have it. There's the ways that I know how to do it. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What do you think? What's been your experiences? Rattle off your approved trade lines. And obviously, spend more time on the channel, watch more videos. It helps. Apparently, this is the new thing with the algorithm, so we'd love it if you just took a minute, watch some more videos. Hopefully, you got value out of this. Watch some more on the channel and help us grow. Thanks for watching. Hey, you should subscribe. 60% of you are not subscribed yet. Right there. Okay, bye.
Wild monkey!